I'm gonna get it right. They're gonna think I'm drunk.
Okay, something that has long perplexed me is why they were not able to combine. Let me open this up. Oh, come on now, tearing my nails. Why were they unable to combine a bottle opener and a can opener into one? And part of it has to do with the angle that you need to get in. So a proper bottle opener allows you to immediately jump right onto there. If you take a look at that, this could pop that open. But let me go ahead and demonstrate the can opener. The can opener, if you take a look at that, you cannot get on the angle there. So my thought was, all I need to do is basically prop out this. And the way to do that is simply just, let's get in here, just twist that in there, pull that little ledge out, and if you take a look at that, then you can actually use the can opener and get underneath there and use it as a bottle opener. So there is a way to do this, and this is unique to the Malga. Cannot be done with the Swiss Victorinox, which I will demonstrate when I get around to doing some of the reviews on there. But so yeah, they actually could have replaced the bottle opener with this one and just added this little demonstration video. What's up, YouTubers? Today we're going to talk about the Maniago Knife Makers Malga 6 multi-tool. Maniago Knife Makers is a consortium in Italy making some very fine knives. They make, M4 is a fixed blade I have. I think it also includes line steel, potentially other Italian makers, but you know what? We're not going to go into that too much. We're going to jump right into this Malga 6. This is a multi-tool that has actually 7 uses, and I'm going to start with it in the open position, and we're going to kind of close it out. I'll talk about it so that we can maybe make this a little bit faster. All the implements other than the blade are made of 420 steel. They handle just well and fine. I carried this for about 3 months. Beat it up pretty good. I did not use the fork, and we'll talk about that why in just a minute, but this has a fork. This has a can opener, which can double up as a bottle opener if you just kind of utilize that little tip and peel under there and get your bottle top out and fit that. Put that on the front side montage. There's your 2 tools. You have this nice little screwdriver on the top. You can also use that as a small pry, and you've got your actual bottle opener there. So there's 3 and 4. And then you have your, I had already closed this, sorry. This is the reamer slash, I think probably like a leather punch here. I didn't really use that. I don't have much use for that. I'm not a leather specialist and that sort of thing, but it does exist. The bottle opener, or not bottle opener, the corkscrew works really well for a bottle of wine. And the star of the show is in fact this M390 blade. So really, really good there. It's a 2.94 inch blade. This knife costs $114 at retail. And there also is an option, which I did buy. Let me go ahead and slap this in, for some micarta scales. You can actually buy it with micarta and swap out G10 scales if you want. But that I really like. These do in fact use T8 torque screws there. So it's going to be easy enough to swap that out. But let's jump right into this. In terms of kind of some comparable knives, or multi-tools, I'll go ahead and pull out the blade there, though. We have the Swiss Army, of course. This is the Pioneer X. The X just basically means it has scissors in it. You know, in terms of the knife, you can kind of see that it's similar in size, similar in weight, carry, thickness, that sort of thing. These were both very, very similar. This particular model does have both the bottle opener and can opener, but it does not have the corkscrew. For that, though, you can pull out this is the Swiss Army Knife Compact. Again, a little bit smaller knife on this one, compact. But one thing I do like about the compact is it does, in fact, have the corkscrew. Now, it has the bottle opener, but it doesn't have the can opener to peel open cans. It does have the scissors as well. So just about everything in this multi-tool realm, you have to just decide exactly what features you want and which are the ones that are necessary for you to carry in your multi-tool. Of course, you get the Swiss Army, or not the Swiss Army, but the Leathermans, which have, 14, 15 different things on them. They're going to be a lot more weight. This is a much smaller weight. I didn't weigh it, but I'll go ahead and flash it on the screen after I do. So, yeah, this is, for me, this was really good. We've talked about some of the comparables. I'm going to talk about some of the pros and cons, and you've already seen the front side montage of all the use cases. So really, there's two principal pros that I think do stand head and shoulders kind of above some of your other multi-tools, and the first one is this M390 blade. I use this quite a lot. I busted through boxes, cardboard, other things. It's dropped up pretty nice and easy. It's very thin, and it's it's not a razor sharp, but it's really, really sharp and just can shave off the fingernail there. So it's, and that's without like a full-on sharpening. It did really, really well. It's Rockwell hardened to in between 58 and 60, whereas most of your Swiss Army knives, whatever that strain steel is, X55, CR14 MOV or whatever, or CR MOV 14, is Rockwell hardened at about 56. So this is definitely going to have, and I could just tell, it had so much better edge retention. I used it kind of almost like a regular EDC knife, off and on for that 3-month period. So yeah, a lot better. And that blade, definitely an all-star here. And then the durable G10 was really, really good. This took several drops. You can kind of see some of them where they just kind of hit the ground and rocks. And yeah, I liked it. They got a little bit of wear, but it was just really durable, comfortable, just enough grip for use. So really like the G10. Actually, I'm looking forward to putting on the micarta on there. Though, whoa, flying knives. And then, every implement worked perfectly as intended. In fact, the can opener was really, really good, and I actually prefer it. It has basically a long curvature there that it was much easier, and I should say faster to do than with the Swiss Army knife one. So that's just kind of my perspective. In terms of the cons of this knife, the one thing that kind of bummed me out a little bit was the screwdriver, which I guess for most use cases you're going to be using it in the fully open, but it is nice to have a screwdriver with a half stop on it, so that if you do need to use it, kind of grip like this, this one kind of wiggles around. They just simply didn't flatten the tang there. They left it rounded. So, whereas the Swiss Army's kind of got that nailed down for your screwdriver use. I would definitely consider that a con, or at least certainly a miss. And then the last thing is, I said I would talk about this fork I was not going to dare use. You might see some of the residual oil on this, but the oil that they use to basically for corrosion protection and lubrication at these pivots, it's disgusting. It's black. It smells. It's worse than motor oil. It actually smells like differential oil. I've worked under cars a fair bit, and differential oil is kind of one of the worst smelling ones. It's not quite as bad as like red grease, like molybdenum or the I think it's nitrogen grease. But man, it does smell like differential oil, and there's no way I was going to be using that and touching food to that. I might as well just be literally eating motor oil at that point in time. So that to me was kind of a turnoff. They could have just, for a $114 knife, used 10 extra cents of a better oil for me. For my part, just use mineral oil. It's probably just as cheap. I don't know, but it was also kind of gritty. It's kind of worked its way out now, and I'm going to re-oil it with all the stuff that I want. But I did want to go ahead and show that it's just nasty oil. So I won't dwell on it too long. Overall, I would say this is a really, really good multi-tool. With a sub 3-inch knife, non-locking, it's going to be legal in most of the places in Europe, as far as I'm aware. And the implements on it I thought were extremely useful. Like I said, I didn't really use the reaming tool, but it does look like it would be a decent kind of leather punch in a tight spot if you needed to, and a threader. So that was kind of cool. Overall, like I said, I think it is a good value. I love the M390 knife for what you get in the materials, and the fact that you have the replaceability with this micarta. I think is a very compelling multi-tool out there, you know. So hope this review was of interest, and if it was, I appreciate the like and subscribe. Take care. What's up, YouTubers? Today we're gonna start. What's up, YouTubers? Today we're gonna talk about the Maniago Knife Makers Malga 6 makers. God, it's.